You're listening to the NAMAD Sessions by Mia, live from the NAMAD Annual Membership Meeting 2025.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Errol Bomar. I'm here at More Than Cars, and we are at NAMAD. That's right, 45th Annual NAMAD, and we are having our NAMAD Sessions brought to you by Mia. I'm excited to welcome up our next guest, so please do me a favor and help me give a warm welcome to Martha Alvarado. Martha, how are you?
Thank you very much. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be on this space.
Yes,
really
I'm
appreciate it.
Glad that you came and joined us. So we actually you just left the WOCAN luncheon. So tell us a little bit about your experience at the WOCAN luncheon and what you were excited about that you heard there.
You know what? There is always a great opportunity to meet, right, and spend time with colleagues and with women in this industry that are trailblazers, right? And they're paving the way for all of us, okay? I think that we always learn something new on AMAD. Is the connections that we do and the education that we're able to receive, but also learning that there open more spaces for people like me.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And we hear this a lot during the conference today when so many of us have been in this industry for so long.
Right.
I've been in this industry for 25 years.
Okay.
Right? And for many of those years, we felt alone. We felt we're doing this on our own.
Yeah.
We are doing this, we're not even knowing if we're doing it the right way. And I think for a lot of us, when we come around a group like WOCAN,
yes,
right, that is going to support you, that is going to provide you with, that level of cheer on. They're going to cheer for you. They're going to be there for you. They're going to hear you, and but they're not only that, but they're sharing the journey that you have as well.
Absolutely.
Then it becomes like, oh wow, there is more people out there like me that have experiences. Because sometimes we go through self-doubt in this industry. Right, we go through like people that tell us, you won't be able to do this.
Right.
And I think that was one of the main messages this year. Don't believe those that are telling you that you're not going to be able to get there. Yeah. Don't listen to those voices. Don't doubt yourself. So I think this year was a little bit more sentimental for me.
Okay.
I cried a lot.
Okay.
Through the session, there were a lot of moments where I was like, wow, a lot of reflecting.
Yes.
Okay. The last year has been very crucial on my career and my personal development.
Okay.
And there is a lot of things that I feel that I have achieved because of WOCAN gave me an opportunity to.
That's great. That's phenomenal.
So it's a year of a lot of gratefulness as well.
Yes.
Towards them.
I love that. So I love that. And I think what you are speaking to is very important because you're talking about support, right?
Yes.
Which is imperative and it's needed. But you're talking about a deeper level of support in that you're not only supporting, but you're also walking through the journey as well, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's a deeper level of understanding and a deeper level of being able to form a connection because it's not just that, I have your support, but I also have your understanding because you're sharing this experience with me. And I think that's a great part of what you're speaking of. So do me this favor, walk me through some of these 25 years that you spent in the industry, right? So how did you get into the automotive space? And then tell us a little bit more about like what you're doing now and what you're excited about.
So I came into the industry by accident, I will say. Okay. I'm from El Salvador. I moved here 30 years ago, and I work at a big marketing company in Spanish mainly.
Okay.
So there was a moment where I go like, I need to move into something that we actually speak English. Otherwise, what I'm doing here, right?
Yeah.
So I became a BDC rep.
Okay.
That's how I entered the business, answering the phones,
Okay.
And soon enough, I got this addiction that we all get when we get in automotive.
Yes.
From there, I became the BDC manager.
Okay.
And I started trying to learn and understand how customers will see us, and this idea that the consumer had about us. And I was like, okay, there is something that me being on the phone can have an influence on them.
Yes.
To make sure that they change that. So I grew up from there. I became a BDC manager. I started developing teams for the sales and the service department. And I became an internet director as well, a sales director. But all of this time, my main goal was making sure that the consumer understood our journey on this, but also we understood them. Yeah. Showing all of my teams to always provide not just a good service, but show empathy.
Yeah.
It show care. So a couple of years ago, I came across people in ASOTU, Eliza Borges and other ones that they were talking about, love people more than you love cars.
Absolutely.
And I was like, okay, that's what I've been saying all of these years and trying to teach my teams, right?
Yes.
And it becomes more of like a mojo, like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. So developing this team has been very crucial for me.
Okay.
Because I like to make sure that we learn that it's not about how many cars I'm going to sell. Okay, it's how many lives we're gonna influence.
Right.
And
wow.
how are we gonna change some?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the impact of this transition, okay, is going to have in these people's life?
Right.
Because when you understand all of that, it's easier for you to connect. It's easier for you to land them on the right car, present the right options, provide them with better service. Okay, and they also change the perspective that we have,
Absolutely.
that they have about us. So that's what I've been doing. I became after that sales manager. I'm back right now. Lead an internet department. So, and I continue to grow. One of the reasons that I like to come to these places is because, and something that they mention and name it, that we always have to be constantly learning.
Yes.
Because every season we have different seasons of shoppers,
right?
That they're buying in different ways. I mean,
Yeah.
the way that I used to shop is not the way that our kids are shopping.
Yes, not anymore.
This time. So making sure that we continue to develop that connection is one of my main goals. But not only that, at the same time, the BDC department is a center hub of all of sometimes your issues or all of the flaws that you may have at the dealership.
Very true.
And I kind of like identify early on my career. So I made it also a goal. I said, like, okay, what can we do better to work together and connect and, close that gap, because there shouldn't be a gap between the sales and the service department, and make sure that we put solutions where all of our job is going to be easy. We understand what's the domino effect of when we don't do things the proper way.
Right.
And towards, in the end, it's making sure that we generate the profit and the growth without jeopardizing the loyalty. So I think that's how I operate.
Absolutely.
That's a little bit of my journey for the last 25 years.
And that's a great journey. And I think too, what we, have to consider is that through that 25 years, and you kind of mention it with like the way that we shop now is not the way that our children shop.
It has changed so much.
It's so many changes that have happened to what the BDC Center looks like and how it engages and impacts the consumer. And then now, obviously, with technology, and of course, we're going to AI, because that's the big thing. There's a lot of changes. Now, you mentioned earlier that you felt that this year was a really big year for you in your career. What was it about this year that stood out or made it more of a reflective year for you and personally?
I think personally, it's because this career is not sometimes easy.
Yes.
Okay. We go through a lot of challenges. As a woman and as a minority, we face that a lot.
Okay.
Okay, and that puts you sometimes, it brings you backwards, right? It makes you be you self-doubt yourself so much sometimes. And you sometimes question yourself, am I doing the right thing? And I'm doing, when am I continue doing this?
Yes.
Right? So this last year, I think, with the opportunities that I have been able to have through WOCAN, I have been able to break all of those barriers and break all of that self-doubt and break a lot of these things that at the beginning I would be like, I was already kind of like discouraged after 20-something years. I was like, okay, maybe I should change path, and go into a different industry. And then I go like, no, I can see again the light that it's in me.
Yes.
Okay, ignite it again.
Yes.
Okay, but also find a different purpose and vision. Okay, and bringing that to the newer generations.
Absolutely.
Okay, bringing that to the people that I know, so the communities that we have, and also understanding what's the path that I wanted to go, in this industry, and it doesn't necessarily has to be. I'm here because I remember that one time someone said, "Well, you'll never be an owner." Right?
Okay.
And I was like, why not?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Why not? I said, and now I even believe it more, right?
Yeah.
And but it's the connections, it's the influence that they have in my life. So I have make sure that now I do follow people that have a purpose.
Yeah.
Before sometimes you follow for, whoever is more popular, right?
Right.
No, now it's like following the people that have a purpose. Following
Absolutely.
the people that is going to impact you and make you a better human.
Yeah.
That is going to make you a better server on your industry.
Yes.
Because all of that is going to help you to grow. So I think, again, the direction of my career, it's, I'm back in the internet department, but I'm leading in a different type of mindset now.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So I love that because while you were kind of explaining that, I think 3 key words came to mind, and you kind of mentioned them. And I think the first one is purpose, right? And sometimes when you're in this industry, it can get hard, and you do have to reevaluate and or remember your purpose. But then I think, and you said this, and I think this is great, you have to be willing to let the process or the pathway of how you get to that purpose change.
Yes.
And it's nothing wrong with that, right?
No.
You can have the same purpose, but just sometimes the process or the pathway that you take to still manifest that purpose might change a little bit, and that's okay.
Yes.
And so I think that's a great, you've had a great year to reflect and grow, and like you said, break those barriers, and that's phenomenal. So if folks have questions about either BDC or just you want to connect with you in general, tell everybody out there where they can find you or how they can connect with you if they just wanted to learn more.
Okay, well, they can go ahead and find me on LinkedIn, okay? It's my name, Martha Alvarado. You can always, I'm on Facebook as well. I think I'm a little bit difficult to find on Facebook, but I'm just a click away in LinkedIn by my name, Martha Alvarado.
That's
okay,
it.
I will be free. I will be free. I will be more than glad to help them with any questions or anything. I think that part of also that I like to do is sharing what I know. If it can help you, solve a problem that you may have, why not sharing the knowledge that we already have, right? I already went through that pain, so I can help you, ease the pain a little bit.
That's it. That's it. I've already been here. I've already bumped my head, so you don't have to. I love that.
It may not always work, right? But it could help.
Exactly.
Yes.
I love that. Well, Martha, thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for watching and hanging out with us. I'm Errol Bomar. This, of course, is More Than Cars, and we are here with NAMAD Sessions brought to you by Mia. We want to thank you for watching with us, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care.
Thank you for listening to this NAMAD session brought to you by Mia. At More Than Cars, we're obsessed with uniting people around one big idea, that thriving people are the only path to a thriving and profitable industry. And if that resonates with you, head over to morethancars.com to join our email list and check out our full list of podcasts and programming.